All right. Welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Audi, and I am your host, Audi. It's horrible, guys. Just gonna let you know that off the top, things are not looking well. How bad are things right now when it comes to the stock market? They are very, very bad. Let me just give you a few things that have happened in 2020 that lead to why it is that we may find ourselves in this current predicament. Well, to tell you how bad it's been, let me check my list. Just dealing with a global pandemic? Check. War going on? Check. Gee. The US experienced a negative GDP for the past 3 months? Check. What's the next thing? Interest rate hikes? Check. The big mother of them all. Inflation? Over 8%? Check. All of these things, nothing seems to sound good when it comes to the economy. And on top of that, most economists are saying the R word. Just like Bruno, we're not supposed to talk about Bruno, and we do not want to talk about the R word because everybody goes into a frenzy. And if you have never experienced the R word, then you, my friend, are too young, because the R word is recession. And all a recession is the economy experiencing 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP. So technically, we're halfway there. So therefore, this is why most people are already talking about the R word. But it's not as bad as you think. But I'm not here to explain to you what the R word is. We are here for the portfolio update, and let's get into it. But before we do so, there's one thing I need to go ahead and tell you guys about what has happened with the portfolio since the last time we updated. So let's go and grab into that. If you recall, on the last portfolio update, I said I was supposed to be eating a chip and a juice on the episode. But back in my day, don't mean to sound like a granddad at this given moment, but chip and juice used to probably cost about $2. But even with the $3 that we have in dividend payment, I was still unable to afford a chip and a juice. So we're gonna have to wait until the 1-year anniversary of the $100 portfolio in order for me to afford this chip and a juice. That's if inflation doesn't make it more expensive than it is currently. So we're going to have to be rolling the die right now. So it's going to be a little risky, but we're going to have to see what happens by the end of the 1-year anniversary for this portfolio. But in addition to that, here's the thing. Last week we talked about splits, both forward and reverse. One of our stocks, MFA to be exact, experienced one of those splits. And here's the thing. Drop it in the comment and let me know which one of the splits is it. Is it a forward split or a reverse split? And this ratio for the split was a 1-to-4. Is this a forward split or a reverse split? Drop in a comment. Let me see who actually learned something last week. And now, let's see what has happened in the past month based on our stock performances. So during the month of April, MFA is down $1.83. PSEC is down 69 cents. ATNX is down 37 cents. BND is down $2.98. And VOO is down a whopping $37.62. Now, that is a lot. But in addition to that, here is what have been happening in terms of dividend payment for the month of April. We had 3 companies paid us dividend. We had PSEC, BND, and MFA paid us dividend. And the grand total dividend we received for the month of April is 57 cents from those 3 given companies. So where does that leave us in terms of year-to-date dividend payment for our $100 portfolio? And year-to-date, we have a total of $3.61 in total dividends from our 4 dividend-paying companies that we have invested with our $100. So where is our portfolio after realizing how much our stocks are down by for the month of April? And now let's go ahead and find out where are we currently in regards to the overall portfolio performance. So the overall portfolio value is at a number I thought that we would never have to say on this channel. And that number is the fact that it is below $90. So that means that since we originally invested this $100, we are down at least 10% based on this number that the portfolio value is at. There's a lot that's happening, which I listed at the beginning of this episode, whether it's locally here in the US, whether it's globally, we have no control over any one of those given things. The only thing we can control is how disciplined we remain, and knowing the fact that when we created this portfolio, it was to manage risk, anxiety, depression, and also loss aversion. But knowing that it is more of it invested in ETFs, then even if the ETFs are suffering losses, that means that everything else is experiencing losses. So we are better protected in the ETF than if we were in individual stocks. know that everybody in the stock market is experiencing this same effect that we are experiencing in our own individual portfolio. So I hope you all have learned something and are very abreast in terms of what is going on with our portfolio, and even getting a glimpse of what is happening overall in the stock market, because you can experience this whether it's any industry in the overall stock market, maybe except for oil and gas, maybe or not. But we are not fully invested into that, but we know that we have to go ahead and take the punches as they come, and this is why most of our money was invested in ETFs, because that gives us a little bit more protection against the overall downside of what all those individual stocks are experiencing right now in the stock market. So we have talked about the dividends, we have talked about the portfolio value, and also how much total dividends we received for the month of April. So I don't have anything else to tell you guys, except the fact is that make sure that you are preparing yourself and taking care of your finances, because if we do go into a recession, this is likely the first one that most of you guys who actually come to watch this channel are going to be experiencing in your lifetime. So I want you guys to protect yourself, because you may lose your job and there may be a lot of things that are about to change if we do go into a recession. And remember that what you do today can be the biggest difference in what happens for you tomorrow. As always, peace, love, and enjoyment. Deuces, I'm Audi, so peace.